Kevin here on your Monday morning. Time to talk about some topics facing the Valley with our County Conversation segment. And joining us this morning, Clark County Commissioner Jim Gibson, a familiar face to those of you who may live in the Henderson area. Good to see you this morning, Commissioner.
Good to be here. Thank you very much. Across
the Valley, obviously. Let's start with a couple of topics. One that just came out over the weekend. The discussion in Clark County among before the Commission about new regulations on IV therapy businesses. I know you said there was a presentation. It hasn't gone too much further than that, but what can you tell us?
Well, I think that there is good reason for us to be concerned about what is happening everywhere in the Valley. And when you have people who are not adequately trained in the case that something goes wrong, what must be done, I think that we have a situation where we've got to at least look at it. And so what's happened is we've become aware of the situation. We've had a presentation to us that simply informed us that it may need regulation. We had some testimony at the meeting. In fact, a doctor who owns an IV clinic was there and acknowledged that something's got to be done because they don't have the training if something were to go wrong.
And it's IV therapy to cater to those who are dealing with hangovers and things along those lines. That's their business essentially.
That's right. That's really what they're doing, is trying to help people speed through the hangover effects and get back to whatever it is that they plan to do.
Yeah, we'll see if there's some regulation that comes from that. Another topic that's, we've heard a lot about this at the City of Las Vegas level, but at the Clark County level, some new rules on short-term rentals, illegal short-term rentals, Airbnb. Let's talk about the penalties and the recent crackdown on the county level.
Well, what's happened to us in the county is that we've received just incredible numbers of complaints because there are party houses out there. A party house advertises itself online, and so people can find them. But that doesn't mean we've found them. It doesn't mean they've ever come to us. It doesn't mean they've been permitted to do what they're doing. So what's happening is you have homes that are large homes, 4 or 5 bedroom homes that a business person will buy. He will modify the home so that it's now 11 or 12 bedrooms and it meets the needs of the party goer, and then start advertising online. And our challenge is that a home in a neighborhood when there are dozens of people there partying all day and all night isn't conducive to the kind of place that we need to have in neighborhoods, the kind of feelings we ought to have in neighborhoods. So what's happened is these folks came into our meeting. We had a neighborhood show up, and they have 4 or 5 of these in their neighborhood. And we have never authorized this kind of thing. But imagine, not only does it affect the quiet enjoyment of your home, and whatever else comes from it, because we have issues that relate to noise, but we've also had some violence at those things, at the parties. But you have unpermitted work that is done. So we have no clue whether the guest that is the renter comes into a place that's safe for him.
Certainly something that the county would want to crack down on moving forward, see where that goes. Another topic that's been going on has to do with schools, which is a big issue obviously right now with the potential of a strike. The possible sales tax increase to raise money for local schools. The original proposal is 1/4%. Now it's 1/8%. Where do things stand and why that change?
Well, the change was occasioned because we have yet to come to a real understanding of what the district has established as its priority from among the things that the legislature authorized us to do. So because we really don't know where we're going, we thought it prudent to start with a piece of it if we're going to do it at all. And there's still an open question as to whether or not something gets done. But we know in order to impose the tax beginning the first of the year, we have to have our hearing on September, in the first week of September.
Just real quick, if the situation with the teachers had been settled, would the situation with Clark County have been settled, or is that what's holding things up?
Well, we don't know what's holding it up. We know that they're otherwise engaged.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. Everybody in this whole community knows that. We're understanding of that. The problem is we've got a deadline.
Very well. All right, and before we go, Commissioner Gibson has a coffee discussion with you, the constituents, 9 o'clock on Wednesday, the 28th this week. So we'll check in with Commissioner Gibson then.